Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. My name is Abhiraj. Today we're going to solve the BPT 7 question paper. I'm going to solve the physics section. First we will read the question, understand it, thereafter we will go to the explanation or answer of it. So let's get started. First we will read the first question which is from the laws of motion. That is, a bullet of mass 40 gram is fired from a gun with initial velocity 40 meter per second. If the mass of gun is 3 kg, then the recoil velocity of the gun just after the fire. It is just asking about the recoil velocity. Let's suppose we have a gun. In the gun, inside it's a bullet. When you fire it, bullet goes forward, gun goes little bit backward. It is due to the conservation of linear momentum because initially there is no external force on the system. Here the system consists of bullet plus the gun. So finally there also be not any external like change in momentum should be there to the whole system. So here we need to find the velocity of the recoil velocity of the gun. So we can easily apply the conservation of linear momentum to get the velocity of the gun. We know the mass of the gun, this is we know the mass of bullet, we know the velocity of the bullet. We just need to calculate the velocity of the gun, or we can say it is the recoil velocity of the gun. So as you can see in the solution, applying the conservation of linear momentum, m1 v1 equals to m2 v2. Here m1, put the value of m1 as a mass of the bullet, uh, in change into kg, then the velocity of the bullet equals to mass of the gun into the velocity of the gun. We need to calculate the velocity of the gun, which will come out to be 0.53 meter per second. So your correct option will be option number third. It's again a simple linear momentum conservation question. Now, moving ahead, this is your second question. Here there will be a little bit numbering issue, I think. The tension in the string as shown in the figure, all surfaces are smooth. Okay. Here we need to calculate the tension. Okay, as you can see here, it will be like mg acting downward. Here also mg acting downward. Here the force will be mg sine theta, that is theta 1, and here the force will be mg sine theta 2. Now we need to here we can say m1g or m2 because the masses are different. Now we need to calculate the value of the tension. Okay, as you can see here that the forces are like not balanced, so there will be little bit acceleration due to which there will be tension in between it. So we can easily solve this question by using Newton's second law. Now looking to the explanation or solution to it, as you can see, making the FBD of the 10 kg block. This is the FBD of your 10 kg block, and this is the FBD of your 5 kg block. Now writing the equation, let's suppose 10 kg is of like higher mass, so the net pull is towards the 10 kg, so net acceleration will be towards the 10 kg, so it will be in this direction. That means 10g sine 37 minus t equals to ma. This is our first equation. Now writing the same Newton's second equation for the second body, that is t minus m 5g sine 53 equals to ma. This is our second equation. By first or second, we can eliminate t and find out, or if we know the acceleration, like we can put the value of acceleration from here and eliminate a acceleration and find the t. Once you solve this equation 1 and 2, because in the equation 1 and equation 2 there are two variables and two equations, so we can easily find out the answer. So solving out this equation, we will get the value of tension, that will come out to be 46.67 Newton. So correct option will be your option number D. Now moving to the next question, which is your third question. It is saying that the linear momentum versus time graph of a particle is shown in the figure. The particle will equilibrium at time. Okay, you know that the particle will be at equilibrium when net external force is zero. Net external force is zero. Net external force means change in momentum upon change in time should be zero. Means the slope of momentum time graph should be zero. The slope of P versus T graph is 0. So look where the slopes are 0. As you can see here only and here. These two places slopes are 0. So T2 and T3 means both B and C will be your answer. So D option is your correct answer. It's a theoretical question. You can also read the explanation from here. Okay. Now moving ahead. Now see, it is telling that a force of that is in x direction in y direction acting on it on a block of mass 4 kg as shown in the figure. The frictional force acting on the block is, it is asking about the frictional force that is acting on the block here. And as you can see here, the mu of the surface is given and the force is given. So in the, as you can see in the explanation, like as you can see, like in the x direction there is a force which is 2I cap. In the y direction, due to ground, there is a normal force acting upward, mg that is downward, and one force 4j cap in this direction. So you can just like write the equilibrium equation in the vertical direction, that is 4g minus 4 is equals to n. From here you can get the value of n, which will come out to be 36 Newton. So once you get the value of n, you can calculate the value of friction. Now here the external force along x direction means F external along x direction is 2 Newton. Now calculating the limiting force, limiting friction which is mu into n, that is 0.1 into 3.6, that will come out to be 3.6 Newton. As you can see, the external force is not greater than the limiting force, so the value of means like the limiting force is greater than the external force. So the limiting force or static friction is a self-adjusting force. So it will simply make its value, means the value of friction, or we can say specifically static friction, will come out to be 2 Newton. So the correct answer will be 2 Newton. So correct option will be your option number D. Okay. Now moving ahead, don't confuse on numbering. Okay, it's 4, it's 5. Okay. As you can see, a horizontal force of 20 Newton is necessary to just hold a block stationary against a vertical wall. The coefficient of friction between the block and the wall is this, the weight of the block. Okay, as you can see in the explanation, this is the wall and this is the block. A 20 Newton force is acting. So you can say that the normal is acting in this way, friction at the surface is acting in this way, and gravity is acting in this way. Friction can be given by mu into n. If mu is given, which is 0.4 into n, is your n is your 20 Newton. As in the x direction, there will be no motion, only the motion will be in y direction. And if you want to stop all the motion, then the friction should be has such value that it should balance the mg. So friction will be mu into n. N will be your 20 Newton. N will be your 20 Newton. It will simply come out to be 8 Newton. Okay. So if your friction means like if your friction will be this, then there will be no like sliding of that block. So the correct option will be option number A. It's all the in Newton laws of motion. Basically, 90% questions can be solved using Newton's laws, second law of motion, and the momentum conservation. These are the two most important things that you should learn conceptually strong. Okay, now moving ahead. A ball of mass, the mass of the ball is given, drop height is given, strikes the ground and remains the same height, means again with the 10 meter. Okay, the magnitude of impulse, you know, impulse is given by change in momentum. It's simple. You just need to calculate the velocity just before striking it and just calculate the change in momentum. Now looking to the solution, you know that the mass of ball is given, height from where it is dropped, change in like impulse is given by change in linear momentum. It's called linear impulse. So P final minus P initial. Before hitting the ground, you know, if it is dropped with a height h, then before hitting the velocity will be under root of 2gh. So velocity will come out to be this. Now change in momentum, P final vector minus P initial vector. Vector is important because while falling, the direction of velocity is in this direction, and while going up it reverses the direction. So there will be vector sign. So after solving out, the impulse will come out to be 4.2 minus j cap, and in magnitude it's simply 4.2 kg meter per second. So writing its magnitude, your third option means option C is your correct answer. Now moving ahead to the next question. A particle of mass m is thrown from the ground with a velocity of v, making an angle 30 with a vertical, okay, vertical 30. The change in momentum of the particle during its journey has the magnitude. Okay, it's telling about during its journey. Means like initial velocity and then final velocity, then change in momentum. You know, there will be no change in momentum in x direction, because you know in a projectile the velocity in x direction remains the same, but there will be change in the change in momentum in the y direction, because initially the y velocity is above, I mean the positive y direction, but finally the y velocity will be minus y cap. So there will be change in momentum along the y direction. So just writing the initial momentum, which will be this, and writing the final momentum. Initial momentum is simply mv, like mv x I cap plus mv y j cap, and final momentum will be simple. Its initial velocity is initial velocity, then the final velocity will be also same, because as you know that by the velocity which will be the ball is projected, with the same velocity ball strikes the ground in a complete time flight or time of flight. So writing the initial momentum equation, then final momentum equation, then change in momentum. Once you do the change in momentum means final minus initial, as you can see the x direction velocity gets cancelled out and this velocity gets add out. So your final momentum in magnitude will be root 3 times mv. That is your correct answer. Means option number D is your correct answer. It's again change in momentum question. How the momentum is changed. Moving to the next question, that is question number 8. In the figure shown, if the limiting friction means like F limiting is given as a 10 Newton, then the friction acting on the block is, it is asking about the friction, it's simply your 8 Newton. As you can see that the limiting friction is greater than the external friction, so limiting friction will adjust itself as it is the behavior of the static friction. So the only required friction here to stop this block is the 8 Newton. So it's a complete theoretical question. 8 Newton is your correct answer. Now moving ahead. If the given system is in equilibrium, the tension, okay. Tension is asking here, theta it is telling, like you can just do Newton's law. It's again 90, it's 90 minus theta, and it will be theta. So there here it will be t cos theta, and in vertical it will be t sin theta. So your t cos theta will be simply 30 Newton, and your t like t sin theta will be your 40 Newton. Just take the what we can say, just take the tan, calculate the tan theta. Tan theta is equals to 4 by 3. So from here theta is equals to your tan inverse of 4 by 3. Now you can go to the triangle, it's your 37 degree, base is bigger, yeah, it means 4, 3, this is 5. So 4 by 3, 4 by 3 is your tan 50 degree. So theta is equals to your 50 degree. Now if your theta is equals to 50 degree, you can calculate the tension from it. As you can see, the same is done here. You can calculate the sin theta is equals to 4 by 5, because tan theta is 4 by 3, the sin theta is equals to 4 by 5. So once you get the sin theta, you can calculate the tension from this equation. That will come out to be 50 Newton. So the correct answer will be option number A. It's again an easy question and based on the Newton's second law. Now your 10th question. Choose the correct statement about the limiting friction. The direction of the force of limiting friction always opposes the direction of the body on the verge of motion. Yeah, tendency to motion. Also this word you should remember. It's not opposite to the motion. No, it's opposes the relative motion, or it has the direction opposite to in which the body has the tendency to move. Okay, so first is correct. It depends on the nature of material. Yeah, because mu depends on the nature of material. Yeah, it is independent of the contact area. Bilkul. So D is the final answer. Means all the options are correct. It's again a theoretical question. Now moving ahead to the 11th number question. An elevator is accelerating upward with an acceleration 6 meter per second square. Okay, it is 6 meter per second square. Inside it, a person of mass 50 kg is standing on a weighing machine kept in an inclined plane with an inclination 60 degree. Means like the inclined plane is placed in this way with an angle 60 degree, and a man is standing over it. A man is standing over it. The reading, reading we need to calculate. It's again simple equation. It is oscillating. So from the frame of the man, there will be pseudo force. So pseudo force mg will be in this direction, plus pseudo force ma will be in this direction. We can calculate the reading will be given by normal. Normal is equals to simply your mg plus ma. Mg plus ma. It will be simple your cos theta. Yeah, it's theta. It's 90 is 90 minus theta. Then it will be again 90 minus theta. It's 90. It's theta. So it will be cos. Yeah, it will be cos theta. Cos 60 degrees. This will be your normal, and this will be your reading of it. So you can also see in the explanation. Your reading will be it will, if you expand it, ma plus mg into cos 60 degree. This will be your reading. So it is asking in kilo weight. So force of reading will be 400 Newton. That means it will be 40 kg weight divided by 10. So your correct option will be option number first is the correct answer. Now moving to the next question. An unbanked road. Okay, it is not banked, means not at angle. It's simply horizontal. Unbanked road. Radius is given of the road. The maximum speed turn coefficient of, means like, let's suppose there is a curved road. Okay, there is a curved road and a vehicle wants to turn out. It is asking the maximum. It is asking the maximum speed that it would have just to turn safely. Okay, so it's simple, because as you know, there is a due to friction, due to its velocity, there will be centrifugal force that should be balanced by the friction force. So simply balance the centrifugal force with the frictional force, and you get the answer. And you can also remember the formula for it. Like you can derive it, like force is equals to mv square by r, and force is equals to simply your mu into n. N should be your mg, and it should be mv square by r. M should be there. V should be equals to under root of mu gr. So this is the maximum velocity. So just applying the formula also, you can just put the value and get the answer. 21 meter per second means third option is the C option is the correct answer. It's again a simple question. No need to worry too much. Now moving to the next question. A 1 kg ball drops vertically into the floor from a height of 25 centimeters. Means what? 0.25 meter. Okay. It rebounds to the height 4 centimeter, means 0.04 meter. Okay. The coefficient of substitution. Coefficient of substitution is velocity of separation by velocity of approach. Do what you need to do. You need to do, this is ground. You just need to calculate before hitting the velocity and after hitting the velocity. You just need to use the equation of motions and calculate both the velocity, and just put the differences here and get the coefficient of substitution. You can see in the explanation, before collision the velocity should be like this. Just after collision, you can also calculate the velocity, that will be under root of 0.8 meter per second. Okay, like now, like when a ball is dropped with a height of h, the velocity will be what? V is equals to under root of 2gh. Putting the value here. Now, if the ball is flied with a velocity u from here and it goes up to height h, then again it's what should be its velocity? Its velocity should be exactly same, under root of u should be under root of 2gh. You can also calculate it using equation of motion. V square equal to u square plus 2as. V is 0, finally the ball at rest. U, it is 0, u square you need to calculate. Acceleration is negative direction, u will come out to under root of 2ds. So after collision the velocity will be this, but the h is different. H is in this case is 0.04 meter, and h is in this case is 0.25 meter. Just calculate the velocity before collision and after collision and find like v after by v before. This will be a coefficient of substitution, and once you calculate it out, it will come out to be 0.4. So your correct option will be option number C. Now moving ahead to the 40th question. A body sliding on ice with a velocity this comes to rest after traveling this meter. The coefficient of friction. Okay, it's just asking you the coefficient of friction. Like you just need to use equation of motion. Equation of motion. Then you can easily calculate it out. As you can see here, like what? S is equals to what? Ut plus half at square. So finally it comes to rest. Your final velocity will be 0. So you can use this equation also, like v square equal to u square plus 2as. Simply your v is 0, u your 10 square plus acceleration is your force by mass, like force is equals to mu mg by mass, it will be this, and then s. From here you just g, you just need to sorry, s, you need to calculate u. It can easily solve. There is one equation and one variable, you can easily solve it. You can see also in the explanation the same can be done here. Okay, yeah, the same thing is here. From here by calculating you get mu equals to 0.1. So option first is your correct answer. Moving ahead to your next question. A force F is applied on the block as shown in the figure. Okay, then the acceleration of the block. It's again a simple question. Mu is given. Okay, so it will be simply your 20 root 2 into 1 by root 2. It will be your simply 20 Newton in the horizontal direction, and here 20 Newton above. Below it will be 40 Newton. So like limiting friction will be here, like 0.8 into mg will be your simply normal will be your what, normal will be your like normal will acting in this direction, so normal plus 20 is equals to 40, so normal will be your 20 Newton. So multiplying with your 20 it will come out and it will be 60 Newton. So your F limiting is greater than, so that means the friction will act like at sorry, F limiting is less than the value of the external force. So the body will move. Okay, body will move, and what it is asking? Acceleration of the block. Oh, it's a simple question. You just need to acceleration is equals to F net by mass. So F net will be your what? F net will be your 20 minus 16 is your friction, means 4 by 4, means like wait, I have done a little bit mistake, I think. Horizontal is 20 Newton, vertical is 20 Newton. From here you get the value of, no, we need to use the, if the body is moving, you can't use the static coefficient, you need to use the kinetic coefficient. So your friction will be what? Mu k into n. Mu k is equals to 0.6 into n will be your 20. So it's your simply your 3. 3 to the 6. So sorry, 6 to the 12. 12. So it will be your 8 upon 4. That will be your 2. So option A will be your correct answer. You can also see in the explanation like option A 2 meter per second. I just explain you here also because it's an easy question. You just need to use the Newton's second equation. Okay. Now moving to the 60th question. Two blocks of mass 2 kg, 4 kg are accelerated by a force of 10 Newton. Okay, 10 Newton external acting on it. Kx is an internal force. So if you need to calculate acceleration, it will be F external by m total. Simply it will be 10 upon 4 plus 2, 6. It's 5 upon 3. It's 5 upon 3 meter per second square. Okay. Now it is asking the spring force. Spring force act as an tension. So take one block 4 kg. It's 10 Newton acting. Oh, you can take below's block 2 behind block. There will be only friction force. Spring force, and acceleration will be given your 5 by 3. So just simply multiply 5 by 3 with 2. It will be 10 by 3. So option third will be your correct answer. It's again a simple Newton's law equation question. You can see the explanation here. I have explained you. Now moving to the next question. The variation of momentum with time for one body, two body collision is given. The instantaneous force is maximum corresponding to it. It is asking about when the force is maximum. So you know force is equals to dp by dt. When the slope is maximum, force is maximum. Slope is given by tan theta. Tan theta, theta will be maximum. Force will be maximum. So theta will be maximum for what? Theta will be minimum. Theta will be this. Theta will be this. Theta will be this. So as you can see here, theta is only maximum at point Q. At Q point, theta will be the most. So option B will be your correct answer. Now moving to the 18th question. Two mass 8 kg and 12 kg are connected by the 2 ends of a light inextensible string goes over a frictionless pulley as shown in figure. Okay. Here it will 120 Newton. Here it will tension. Here it will tension. Here it will have the acceleration. We can calculate the acceleration. Simply, let's suppose A acceleration, it will move in. So T equals to 8a is the first equation, then 20 minus t equals to 12a is the second equation, t equals to 8a. So simply your 20 is equals to 12a plus 8a. So simply it will be 20a. So a equals to your 1 meter per second square. You get the acceleration. So what it is asking, of the surface are smooth and release from there the net force acting on the 8 kg. So your tension will be your MA, yani 8 into 1, yani means 8 Newton is acting on it. Okay. Did I have done any mistake? Oh, sorry. It's 120 Newton. It's 120 Newton. Why? Okay, writing the equation. Just don't think from here. Just look from here. Okay. I don't want to basically look the solution. It just makes me more confused. I want to explain you. Okay. In the 8 kg, you can see a like a acceleration will be there. So the tension will be your 8a first equation. Then in the 12 kg, it's simply tension above, mg below, acceleration below. It's simple your 120 Newton minus t equals to ma is equals to your 12a. So your 120 is equals to 1220a. So your a will be simply your 6 meter per second square. So your tension will be 48 Newton. So the correct answer will be your option number A is your correct answer. Now moving to the 90th question. It is asking the ratio of T1 to the T2. T1 is here, T2 is here. Just calculate the first what? The acceleration, then you can easily calculate this value. It's just again a simple question like ratio it is asking now. So in horizontal direction there will be f cos theta. In the vertical direction it will be f sin theta. So in there will be no motion in what like we can think in this manner like in the vertical direction there will be equilibrium. Okay. So your f sin theta will be simply your this 150. No. F sin theta plus n will be your 150 Newton. Yeah, this is one equation that you got. And in the horizontal direction, you know the horizontal like force here and tension in the horizontal direction. Then you can see the acceleration. What will be your acceleration here? Acceleration can be calculated by using like f net in x direction upon total mass. F net is your f cos theta upon total mass is your, let's suppose, m1 plus m2 plus m3. This is your acceleration. Then you can need to calculate t2. T2 equals to what? T2 equals to ma, like T2 equals to what? Acha, mass is given 3 kg. Acha, then let's assume m1, m2, m3. T2 equals to what? T2 equals to m3 into a. So m3 into a we know this. And T1 we need to calculate. T1 is can be calculated by f cos here and T1 here and a is here. From here you get the calculation, you get T1 and then we take the ratio, we can find the solution. You can see it's a large solution, you can see it here also. T2 is equals to m2 into a simply, and T1 is equals to what? T1 equals to, so you can use this for this box also. Like T2 is here, T1 is here and T2 is here, A is here. So it will simply T1 minus T2 equals to M1A. So T1 is equals to M1A plus T2 and T2 is A equals to simply your M2A. So T1, T2 equals to M2A, T1 equals to M1 plus M2A, T1 by T2 equals to 5:1. So the correct option will be option number D is your correct answer. I am doing a long calculation, I know this, but yeah, as you can see in the explanation, the short solution is given, so you can go with it, no issues. Going to the next question. A 30 kg block at rest on a rough horizontal surface. Horizontal force of this applied on the body. The block acquires the speed of this after 2 seconds. What's the value of friction? It's again a simple question. You know the force, you know the mass, you know the time, you know the final velocity. You just need to understand it out. Like you know v is equals to u plus 80. Simply v is equals to 4. U is 0. A is simply your force by mass. No, force by not mass, force by mu n into mass into t, you know. You just from here need to calculate the value of mu. It's easy question. You can look the solution and do it. It will be 0.47. Option D is your correct answer. It's a simple question, I told you. You just need to calculate the friction mu from here. You know N equals to simply your mg. A man getting off a running bus falls forward. Okay, let's suppose a bus is running in the road and you want to jump out. So once you jump out, you will just move forward with the bus for some time. Due to inertia of rest, the road left behind the man reaches. Due to inertia of motion, yeah, the bus is moving due to inertia of motion. It's question number 22. The top view of a system is shown in which three persons try to displace the block on a smooth floor. Mass is given 40 kg, forces are given. Then the magnitude of acceleration. Okay, it is asking about the magnitude of acceleration. Okay. Simply resolve the forces Fx 1, it is 2, Fy 2. It will apply it in this direction. It will be 45. So it's F3, F3x and F3y. Then it is F1. So simply write Fx net and Fy net. Find Fx net and Fy net. Then calculate your F net. That is your under root of Fx net ka square plus Fy net ka square. Then acceleration will be your F net upon total mass. It's a simple question. You can see the calculation. It is the net in x, it is the net in y. Now we get net in simply this value. F net will be your 65. Wait, electricity has gone. Maybe I will put another part in another video, like due to the discharge of the battery. Okay. So let's continue. For which time it will just continue. Okay, so it's simply your acceleration F net will be this. So your acceleration will come out to be this value. So your correct answer acceleration will be your F net by mass. So the correct answer will be option number B, 13 to root y. It is the correct answer. Now I am going to stop for now, and I will shoot another video part 2 for it when there will be electricity. Thank you very much. Till then, if you have a doubt, you can tell me, and we will continue in part 2 video. Thank you very much.